lot of people look at college as an investment. It's a lot of money to go to a 4-year private undergraduate college, and they want to know, what's the return on the investment? What am I going to get out of this?
20 years ago, people said they went to college so that they could contribute to the common good, so they could give back. And over time, we've moved as a culture to believe that the purpose of going to college is to get a good job.
College is in danger of being seen as merely a commodity. Yes, it's something that you invest in, but you can't buy an education. And I know sometimes parents and students don't like to hear that, but we're not educating you just to get a job.
We need to challenge the definition of return on investment. We need to really ask ourselves, what return do we really want for our students? What returns do they want for themselves? A good job is important, but I think the question is, what is a good job? Is it how much money you make? Is it what kind of prestige you get? Or is it a good life? Of a meaningful life? Of having what you need to contribute to the world in a way that the world needs you and in the way that you need the world?
The motto of the Dominican order is to contemplate and to share with others the fruits of your contemplation. That kind of a life we hope all of our students have, that they develop the capacity while they're here to think about things, to think reflectively.
We want them to think about their whole life. We want them to think about what role work plays in that life, about what family looks like, about what it is they hope for, what it is they feel called to.
You're here not just to get your brains filled with information, but to develop into a person that's capable of living a meaningful life.
My ideas have changed tremendously, as I've grown here at Providence College, both as a person and as a student.
As time has moved on, I appreciate more and more how much I learned at PC and what it meant to me as a person.
The word that we like to use at Providence College is not success, it's flourishing. We talk about how can our students flourish in the rest of their lives.
Human flourishing is about being authentic. There's an authenticity that you feel about a person, that you experience when they're acting in a way that's consistent with who they are and what they believe.
How do I take the talents and the gifts that I have and that are uniquely mine? And how do I use those talents and that gift to live a life where I find fulfillment, where I find happiness, where I take joy in the things that I do?
That place in a Venn diagram that says, I know what I'm good at, I know what I love to do, and I know that there's a need for that somewhere, that there's a market for it. Where that intersects, that's a life of meaning and purpose. That's your calling.
A job is something that you might not be fully invested in, but I think that a calling is something that you do because you love it, because you find great pride in it, and because it fulfills you.
And our job as educators is to help our students to flesh that out and to see in all the things that they study possibilities for them as they author the rest of their lives.
In the Center for Career Education and Professional Development, we're going to prepare you for what you want to do, for who you want to be, but we're also going to help you discover that while you're here at Providence College.
From the first day you get to campus, we want to start asking questions about what are you good at? What do you love to do? What comes naturally to you?
Every first-year student actually takes the StrengthsFinder 2.0 online assessment at orientation or before they come to school. What you get as a result is your top 5 strengths.
And based on what I'm good at, what kinds of careers can I think about, and how do I begin exploring those careers?
Coming into PC, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I actually came in as a quantitative economics major, dropped that, and then I bounced around in the business school and landed in finance, where I found out that was kind of my passion.
You also need to be prepared for an economy that might change, for a global economy. In the old days, You may have had 1 or 2 jobs throughout your career. Now, 7, 8, 20, there's jobs out there that students haven't even discovered yet. We still want them to be prepared to move into those fields.
We're teaching a mindset that people evolve over time, that careers evolve.
My passion is just really to help people. So I interned at Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, in the Human Resources Department.
We've made the shift from our staff calling themselves career counselors to career coaches. And that's also significant.
Everybody needs a coach, and coaching students begins with figuring out who they are and helping them to answer the questions about their gifts and their talents.
We want every student to feel they have a team of coaches, a team of people who are rooting for them, who know them, who can see what they are capable of.
It's about surrounding yourself with a coach and a person that can see the gifts in you, that can shine a light on your gifts and say, listen, you can really do that.
We don't think everybody's going to figure out the rest of their life while they're here. What we hope and pray is that they figure out a trajectory, kind of where do they want to go, and that they can find that integrity of who they are at home, who they are in the community, and that work fits in with that in some integral way for them. To live well is to act well, because our lives are what we do, and we have to learn how to act and choose well.
We've got a great liberal arts program. We've got a great business school. We've got a great athletic program. And what they all have in common is that they all are helping people be their best selves.
The motto of Providence College is truth, of course. And I think that there's a truth for every person's life. I think because I believe in God, there's something that they're meant to do with their lives.
Young people struggle today because they don't know what their purpose typically is, and they grab a career or a job just because they feel the pressure to get in one.
We want to take a step back and ask students to find for themselves, what does their success look like?
What is my purpose? What is my end as a human being? That is a vocation, and that is the core of career education.
When we go on campus to recruit, we're looking at who are you as a person. And that's really what drives success. It's not just being smart. It's not just being the best technician. It's who you are as a person. How complete are you?
It's not just about money. It's not just about power and prestige. It's about making the world a better place. And I think there's not been another time in my life that I can recall where that was more important.
So the return on the investment, we think, is really in the rest of your life. And we think Providence College helps students, yes, to find jobs, but more importantly, to find a meaningful life.